So, but isn't it interesting, John Adams, what he did with respect to this? You remember the Alien and Sedition Act?
Yeah.
We're protected on the floor, but you, how dare you say something about the president or members of Congress? I just find that fascinating. How an individual who's involved in establishing this country came to the table with so many good ideas, yet one of the first things he does is prohibit speech when an individual wishes to be outspoken against the government. All right? If you put the government, primarily the president and members of Congress, into disrepute, you could be punished and sent to jail for up to 6 months. Right? That was the Alien Sedition Act. What was Jefferson's response to this? Remember we talked about, what did Jefferson, when he became president?
He let the law expire.
He let the law expire. He let the law expire.
His first response is he didn't want to be president, but because of that, he
Yeah.
ran.
Yeah. So anyways, I just find it fascinating. We outlined some protections for Congress, and what do? Essentially, early on, the very people that established this country go right after some fundamental freedoms. And Thomas Jefferson steps up and says, wait a second, folks. The reason why we have the First Amendment is to allow for that type of speech. Yes?
So there was a sunset?
Yes. It expired in 1803.
And why would he do that?
Why would
they have put a sunset clause in there?
That's a great question. But thank goodness that they did.
Right.
Because I can tell you what would have happened had they not done it. What would Jefferson have done as a member of the executive branch? Well, he would have refused to enforce it. He would have simply said, my people are not going to enforce this.
By executive order.
Yeah, well, listen, what is the job of the executive branch?
To enforce the law.
To enforce the law. Thomas Jefferson stood firm with this principle, that if there is a law in front of me that I deem to be unconstitutional, I've taken an oath to uphold the Constitution, I'm not going to enforce this law. Now note, this is different than what Obama has done.
Oh, yeah.
All right, when he came down and began talking about immigration and some of his policies with respect to immigration, he is refusing to enforce current law, not on the grounds that it's unconstitutional. It's simply on the grounds that it's bad policy. There's a fundamental difference between Obama's position and Thomas Jefferson's position. Thomas Jefferson is saying, I'm not going to enforce it because I don't believe the law is constitutional. Obama is saying, I'm not going to enforce it because I think it's bad policy. Fundamental difference. All right, because I hear some of this going back and forth. Obama supporters are saying, you know, and I'm not defending or fighting against Obama as I say this. I'm just speaking, telling you how it is. All right, but there are many out there who say, well, no, he's doing nothing different than what Jefferson did and what other presidents have done. No, there is a fundamental difference. There is a fundamental difference in what he's doing versus what Jefferson advocated.